All right, guys. So I think that as people continue to stream into the call, I would first and foremost like to thank everyone for coming. And I think without further ado, we will start first. And if you guys have any questions, as I've mentioned, please feel free to just drop us a message on the site and we will try to respond to them accordingly. All right. And without further ado, let's begin. So now, hello everyone. A very good day to all. My name is Shannon. For those of you guys who don't know me, and for those of you guys who do, thank you very much for turning up. I'm a senior relationship executive with Proof Contract, and I'm based out of Singapore. I'm also very proud to say that I'm the brand manager for this beautiful brand, Capdell, as part of Proof Contract's expansion of bringing new and beautiful brands. Now, together with Capdell, Proof Contract presents to you an evening series in session with Patrick Norguet. For the month of
Hello.
September, we've been working closely with Capdell from Spain to share with our friends more about this beautiful brand and its production facility, unique know-how in wood as a material, and its strong product offerings. Over the last few weeks, we've had the privilege of bringing along a few of our valued partners through the Capdell showroom and its production facility in Spain. Attendees saw the production process in real time. Now, on the call today, we also have on board area sales manager of the US, Canada, and Asia. Very nice to meet you, Joe.
Hello, guys.
So some of you guys have already met Joe. Joe's a really sprightly and energetic guy, and I do hope that you guys will get to see him again soon. Now, this evening, we have with us Patrick Norguet, the creative director for Capdell. He's based in Paris, and it's truly a delight to have Patrick take time off his busy schedule to join us. Of
Hello.
great repute within the industry, Patrick Norguet lends his name and design sensibilities to the likes of industry giants. He also keeps his pulse close to the fashion world through his work with beautiful brands such as Louis Vuitton, Hermes, Lanvin, and Christian Dior, brands that we are very familiar with. He completed his design studies at the ESDI, Industrial Design College, where he built up a unique approach based on eclecticism and a thorough knowledge of materials and manufacturing processes. Awarded as Designer of the Year in 2005, Noguet belongs to the generation that brought about a French touch to the international stage. As reflected in his work, he enjoys working on emotions and intuition, finding alternative slants on everyday objects and their specific settings. Now, one such example that you guys may be familiar with would be the Rainbow Chair, which is also a permanent fixture in the MoMA in New York City. Now, I just want to let you guys know as well that there is going to be an exciting game segment towards the end of the webinar. So you do have to keep your eyes peeled for that and keep your ears open for that as well. Yeah. All right. Now it is with great pleasure and much excitement that I present to you the creative director for Capdell, Patrick Norguet. Good afternoon to you, Patrick.
Thank you. Thank you for your invitation. Nice to
No,
meet you.
the pleasure is all ours. Thank you for taking time out. So how are you feeling today?
I'm just tired because I just coming back from Milan because at this time in Italy, Milan, there is a design week.
Right. Yes.
I'm just arriving this morning. Yeah.
Yes, I recently saw your interview on the Milan Design Week on Instagram. For those of you guys who may have caught that, it really was quite engaging.
Yes, it's time for to be more engaging. We need to change the world.
I think we're really finding ways to innovate, right? I mean, like with us not having the Salone this year, everyone's really finding innovative ways to connect back with the community. So we're
Yes.
really thankful that you could set time aside for us today. But I mean, you're based in France, right? How are things there?
About the situation,
Yes, yes.
it's like I don't know. I don't know. It's a big. It's strange. I don't understand anything. It's a bit confusing.
No,
Um,
I'm very sure you're not alone.
Nobody knows, nobody knows the business, nobody knows, and we try to live and to be enjoy every day, and it's the key to be enjoy, to have fun. We need more fun.
It's very, very Parisian.
But it's true, not only in Paris, in Milano. I was in Italy. Everybody was scared and they want to have something more fresh, and is the reason why the creativity need to be. Yeah, we need to push.
Okay, on that note, right, I think there's this question that has been bounced around a lot, and I think people have been hearing that. A lot of firms are actually creating COVID-friendly products or COVID-related products, such as like screens and dividers, things like that. What is your take on it?
About the special product for COVID,
Yes.
I don't believe on that, if I'm very honest with you.
No, no, please.
No. I don't believe on that. We just, okay, of course, there is the COVID, but the chair will be always a chair with four
Mm,
legs. And it's not necessary to spend a lot of energy. We just need to reintroduce more love and to reintroduce more culture, and we need that. Of course, there is the COVID, but in the same time, the world changed, and we lost a lot of things. The consumer ring changed, and it's time to take more time to think what is the best for you, what is the essential, and that's it.
So, when it comes to designing a product, could you share a little bit more on what your design process is like when you're creating a new product, when you're approaching the design brief?
Of course, but yeah. The brief is always is to meet the company first. Uh, I'm not only a French or Parisian, you say, but to develop
Mm,
a product, it's a lot of love. It's a teamwork, and
yes,
in all the big success in the world start with these kind of things. Look at Apple. Apple, Steve Jobs, he believed, he take risk, and he loved. He made this guy, the designer from Apple. It was a couple story. And the best product in the world was always like that. Without nice people, you can create something nice. You can create a good product. And this is what we try to do. I am not a commercial guy. After 20 years, every product I designed was a rendezvous. It was to meet people together. If the energy is like that, we can engage the conversation and the collaboration. I was yesterday in Milan with a lot of different companies, and it's always like that. And it's more like that now because after that, all this business, the industry of furniture, a lot of company, the financial take the business, but there is no emotion. The people on the board, they don't understand the business, just business, but doesn't work. And
no, I think that's true. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're absolutely right on that point, right? Like, I think that at the end of the day, regardless of whatever that is being sold, it is really the architecture and design community, and it's the people that really matter. I'm really excited for all of us attendees today to hear more about the whole process, which I know you'll be covering in a little bit. So now, before I pass the time to Patrick for his presentation for us, once again, I'd like to advise everyone to mute their microphone throughout the presentation, but feel free to have your video switched on so that we can best engage with you. So yeah, it's great. I mean, we're really excited. I'm not going to take any more time. You're here for Patrick, not me. And you know what? Without further ado, I will pass the time over to you. Over to you, Patrick.
yeah, thank you. Sorry, can you? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Yeah, here we are. I start now. Are you ready? Yeah. Everybody hear me? Yes, because I lost the connection. No, it's okay.
We hear you well.
We hear you well.
Okay, of course. I live in Paris. Maybe I'm French. I don't know, but I live in Paris at this time. And I started my career 20 years ago. I opened a studio in Paris 20 years ago. But before that, my first job was to collaborate with the fashion and the luxury brand Louis Vuitton. And it wasn't like my first accident. I was in charge about the visual merchandising. And I spent 2 years with Louis Vuitton. It was very, very funny experience for me with Marc Jacobs, with a lot of the fashion world. And after 2 years, I decided to leave and to try to be a freelance designer, because don't forget, there is one guy in this country was Philippe Starck, and Philippe Starck opened the way of the design and inspired me. And I start to be a freelance. And my second accident was to meet Giulio Capellini. In 2000, Capellini was an amazing company. It was not a business company. It was just a guy who take a lot of risk. And he collect a lot of new designers like Jasper Morrison, Frère Boulou, like brother, Jean-Marie Massot, me. And we developed a lot of cool things. maybe sometimes it don't sell, but it was just the passion of the design to take some risk. And it was cool, very, very interesting. But the world changed now. It's not, we lost this kind of guy. And I developed the first product. It was not a product. It was between the art product, art gallery product, or end product. It was a rainbow chair. Very expensive, too much expensive. It's not an industrial process. But it was my passport to go back in Italy. And after 20 years now, we collaborate with different brands around the world, interiors design and product design. Huge company like McDonald's redesign all the restaurants for the US, for South Africa, Italy, different places in the world. Hotels, we develop a lot of hotels for big company like for France Accor Group Hotel or Hilton Hotel Group, and product. And the product, it's a real passion because it's a small industry. The furniture business, it's a small industry, but it's very interesting because there is a lot of manpower, quality, and different story. And my passion is to jump and to travel in different story like that. I'm not a designer who design a lot of design and to sell some drawing. No, I love to meet the company, to understand the DNA, to have a real strategy, because the strategy is the key. You know, sometimes a designer, you have the image of like an artist, but I'm not an artist. I love the process. I was in the engineer school before to be in Paris to entrance in the design school, but I love the process. Without process, you can develop a product. And this is my job. You know, I was yesterday and with Capdell, we do that, which we do that a lot, is to reorganize, to have a strategy. And this strategy, we think, and we work about, of course, the product, the quality, the distribution, the image, the production, the price, and the distribution. All these different parts, and the digital too, because digital is very important too. Without, you can imagine the business of, not the future, but now. A lot of companies will be dead without the digital. The war is the war now. This is the war of the digital and the whole effect about the distribution. And with Capdell, we start, it's a small company, but with nice person, and we reorganize the energy because there's a new CEO, there's a Christina, you can meet Christina here. And there's a lot of new energy, and we try to reorganize and to push the brand, because the DNA of Capdell is very interesting. They are a nice manufacturer. The DNA is the wood, and we try to collaborate together. And the job, of course, in the end is to sell more, because the quality is, and for that we need to share, we need to explain, because all these different business of the furniture, it's a love story. You can buy, you have two different solutions for the furniture. If you don't have budget, if you don't care, if you don't have culture, you go directly to IKEA. If you are more interesting and more smart and more intelligent and with culture, you try to analyze and to catch some company like Capdell. And Capdell need to share that. Why the chair is this price? Because the quality, because the love inside. Blah, blah. I talk too much, sorry. But yes, the first product with Capdell was maybe, I don't know, 5 years ago now. I meet Capdell, was an accident. And they asked me to design something. I think if I remember, the brief was a chair, of course, and again, another chair. I'm not sure we need more chair, but we need to design some chairs sometime. And I meet Capdell and I visit the company, and I designed this chair. The chair is a Nix chair. And the idea of this chair was to clean and to work on the simplicity, but the elegance. I love the elegance. And we combine different techniques of this product. Of course, I use the wood. It was my first brief, and the wood was very important for the Capdell DNA. But I mixed two different technology, the massive wood, because Capdell work a lot around the massive wood, and I introduced the 3D bending wood, the plywood on the back. It's a 3D plywood. It was very delicate and difficult. When you see the product, it's very simple, but it was very difficult to develop this part of this chair, because this 3D plywood is always expensive, because you need to develop some mold and some different process. But I want this balance between organic shape, like the back of the back of the chair, and very elegant four legs in massive wood. And the chair works very well, because when we introduce this chair for the first time, I see a lot of good reaction in different places in the world. It's a contract chair, but it's transversal chair, because I love to think about with the same product, with the same investment, to can entrance in different business, residential and contract. And at this time, can then sell a lot this chair for restaurant, but for your house too, it's perfect with different finishing, with different color, upholstery version, with leather or fabric. It's a transversal product, but it is elegant. And it's the people why I think this chair works, because people smell that. It's a balance between the design, the elegance, it's a sculptural and elegant chair. And it was the first step with me to engage the conversation with Capdell, because for a designer, if your first product is a shit, the CEO don't call you back. It's finished. But with this chair, we spend a lot of time to meet each other and to create a good relation to engage the future. Insula was the second product, maybe 1 year after, because Capdell the business is residential, but a lot of contract. And we start to think about this kind of sofa. It's a transversal sofa for the waiting room, for the hotel entrance, for banks, for different business. And we developed the Insula. Insula is a system. It's a simple cushion and seat, but it's a huge collection because you can organize the seat and to create different configuration of this system. And it was very interesting, and it is very interesting. We tried to reintroduce this product because I told you after we work on the art direction with Capdell, but it's a very interesting product, and it's very transversal too and very flexible. It's a system. And it was new for Capdell because, of course, to be a designer is not only to sell some sketches, it's to spend a lot of time with the worker and to solve a lot of problems. My job is to travel in the past, because now we can travel a lot, but it's to solve a lot of problems every day. To have an idea, it's easy. We have a lot of idea. Everybody have an idea. The key is to transform the idea into reality. And this is my job. And we spend a lot of time with Capdell, with the manufacturer, to make some prototype process about the techniques, and to arrive with a good product and a good balance between price and quality. You have a problem with no? Did you hear me? Okay, sorry. And for Insula, we push a lot, and my job is always to try to conserve the quality in the end of the product. It's not totally easy all the time, because some company have some idea about how they produce. But when I design a product, I think about the techniques too, because the techniques is the key, and to solve the technical part and to control the price and in the end the quality of the product. Insula was a big challenge. We can see different part of the process, the prototype. My role in Capdell, it was an honor for me. It's a big challenge because Capdell changed the CEO. In the past, Capdell worked a lot with different typology of products, but the new CEO, Paco, and the new team, the idea was to reinject energy. And my role was to arrive to understand the brand, because I don't want to make a revolution, but an evolution. But it's between a revolution and evolution too, because sometimes you need to make a good decision and no emotion. Sometimes something doesn't work and you need to trash. And I start that with Capdell. The first job was to understand the people, the role of the people in the company, the distribution, the commercial department, the marketing department, the production. I remember the first meeting, I want to have a speech with the worker and the manufacturer to understand what we do and to share what will be the future for Capdell. Because I need, and Capdell need, a good community and to share this energy to create the future. And we start to work on the collection, because Capdell have a lot of product, but we clean some products. We change the product, we trash some product, and we conserve some product, but we're restyling, new fabric, new finishing, new legs. And we start to do that last year with the team to have something more fresh. And we reshoot, because the image is the key. This is the first shooting we make when we need to stay at home in the middle of the COVID. We reorganize with the team. I need to stay in Paris. And with the Spanish team, we organize a new shooting to start to build the first image, the new image of Capdell. And for example, you see this image, it's an old product, but we're restyling with new fabric. And this product is cool, it's fresh. and we want that. So we start to build the communication, the image of the brand, the quality of the product, and the new design. And my job is to spend with the team this time to manage and to think about the future of Capdell, about new product, to think about the collection, the position on the market of Capdell for tomorrow, and to introduce a new collection of products. And for that, I start with Capdell to connect new designer. I can talk about that now, but there is a new team of designer. I make the selection. All these designer, and I prepare the brief, and I manage this designer to develop new collection for Capdell. But to develop a new collection for Capdell is to know Capdell, is to know the market, is to know the distribution, is to know what the people need in the end. And for that, we spend a lot of time to make this new collection, to be sure the product will be the perfect product for the market. And work in progress at this time, because we are in middle now of we develop the product, the first prototype, the second prototype for the different product we introduce. And in the same time, we organize the production too, because the DNA is only the wood, and Capdell need more supplier. In the past, they have a lot of supplier for metal part, but I challenge too to connect Capdell with different technology. Of course, there is always an investment, the price, I need to control that, the budget too. But the idea is to inject in the Capdell process new technology, new material, and to cook something new and fresh and to grow. And it's what we do now with the team. I told you again, it's a teamwork. I don't like to be an art director or creative director. For me, it's too pretentious. It's just a work. And alone, I can't do anything. And I'm happy because Capdell have a nice team. It's a lot of energy, because I need to push, and but it's always like that in the life. It's not always easy every day, but we have a mission and we have a challenge, and works very well. I'm happy, the first step was the first shooting with no budget because it was difficult period. Christina was in the manufacturer, I was in Paris. I designed the shoot, I organized the shoot, I designed the set. We tried to catch some new fabric because everything was closed, and we shoot all the collection. And I was happy because, wow, the first image was something new and fresh. And this is the first step. After that, we need to organize the next communication, the next shooting, and we start to share with you a new story, a new storytelling about the brand, how to talk about the emotion of the product. And of course, Spain too, because it's a Spanish company. And this world is too much now because we mix all the culture together in Europe, in USA. Everything is the same. It's the same perfume everywhere. And it's time now to rediscover the diversity of the culture. It's very important. This is my job when I travel, when I start to collaborate with different companies, because every company have a specificity, have a different culture. It's like to visit different family. It's the same for the culture too. For example, the mat chair is a new chair, but I want to use again the DNA of Capdell with the wood, but I crack the wood and I introduce the metal frame. And in the end, the result is something contemporary. It's not too boring with the plywood chair, because there's a lot of plywood chair from Scandinavia, the Danish style, the Scandinavian style. It's boring for me. But we make a simple plywood chair, but with this metal is something new. It's a new architecture. It's to combine two different technology together, the wood, the plywood, the massive wood, and the bending metal frame. And of course, it's a transversal chair because the basic one is only wood, but we start to make one version with upholstery, with nice color. We can sell this chair in a luxury restaurant or around the dining table, but you can sell in a very simple restaurant like McDonald's or, I don't know, a simple place in the street. Donc all the time is to propose something very interesting and transversal, and to upgrade the product and to have different perception of the product, different value. Yes, the value is the key. When I see a product, not only a furniture, an iPhone or a pair of sunglasses, for example, when I want to buy something, I don't need something new, but I need something with quality. And it's time to share that with your client. Why this product is this price? Because look, this details, the quality, the perception, the value. And a good design is to smell that. You don't need to explain. When you see the product, if you have the minimum of your culture, if you have a culture, when you see the product, it's an evidence. And this is my job, to try to do that, to design that. Blah, blah, blah. I talk too much, sorry. Go back to your presentation because we need to spend one day. Okay, the Capdell, yes, the book. Okay, after 20 years, it's a philosophy. To be a designer, I started my career 20 years ago. It was totally different. The dream of my job was for my grandma to have my pictures in a magazine. And my grandma was happy because she see, oh, she's in a magazine. It's amazing. But the world changed. I don't need that anymore. And there is no more magazine. And the magazine don't care about the design. It's confusing now. But the design, it's time to reintroduce the value of the design. I was in a meeting with the magazine Interni. Interni maybe? The famous Interni magazine in Italy. I was in a meeting yesterday and we talked about what we talk together now. And I present this book because this book for me was a therapy. I tried to put in this book more emotion, more sensuality, and to explain what is my job, what is a product, what is a good product, to dream. And for that, I spent 1 year. It was a huge project for me. And I decided to join with one of my friends, one of the best photographers in this world about the fashion industry. And I collect a lot of my products and we reshoot everything. And I design all the picture, what I have in my mind, to share with you what is the emotion, what is the design, what is the life, what is a good product. And it's amazing. It's not my ego, but it's an amazing book. And I run and I travel with this book every day now. And the perception of the people is that there is something new and fresh. Because the design, sometimes the furniture it's boring, lifestyle, big sofa, big apartment. You put a nice girl on the sofa, it's a compact. But this is not life. This is not only the life. And we need to talk about the sensuality of the product and to reinject culture because this world needs more culture. We lost a lot of culture. Paris, everybody say, oh, Paris is a beautiful city. It's amazing country. Europe, we are lucky. I'm lucky to be French because I have a big heritage about the culture. Versailles, the king, a lot of things, But we lost everything at this time. People don't care about that because the consumering changed the world and people want just to buy a new pair of sneakers. That is bullshit. And we lost. I have a mission. I have a daughter. She lives in this world and she like every day, but it's a challenge to control that and to reinject the basic culture because without the culture, you can live. And it's what we try to do with Capdell and with different companies to reinject emotion and quality in the design. It's a big challenge, but I'm just a designer, I'm not I can't change the world, but it's interesting because look, if you trust some guys like in USA, look at what Elon Musk say at this time. He take risk. He want to change the world. He have the capacity to do that, but look at the attitude of Elon Musk. He's very smart. The attitude of this guy is very cool. And he make a huge project, but the attitude is cool. And because he put the energy and he wants to make business, but he wants to he's a creative guy too. Voilà, Dialogue, it's a very interesting book. We print this book with a French editor and the book is online now. You can buy because I start to develop the e-shop for that. And you can buy different products because I start to create a brand now at this time. The name is Studio N Essential, and on this brand we can buy online the books and different things because Studio N is the first step of a new brand for me. I don't want to create a brand of furniture. I work with Capdell. I don't want to be a competitor of Capdell, but I want to start a brand for like a lifestyle brand. And on this brand tomorrow we sell different things, maybe some furniture, but some fashion, to make a selection of what we love and to propose for you like a lifestyle, but something different, and to make some collab with different cool company. For this book, I start a collaboration next month with a company who makes skateboard, and we want to make a collection of skateboard. It will be interesting. It's cool. It's fun. We need fun. Come on. Sometimes the furniture design is too serious. Look at this, my chair. Come on, guy. No, voilà. This is an interesting book.
No, for sure. I mean, I'm very sure that there will be some lucky winners later who will get to have who actually get to peruse the book in their free time. And we also will have a copy of the book in our showroom for those of you guys who are interested to come down and have a look. It will be quite interesting. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's really, I think we've really learned a lot, you know, from a short session with you, you know, that I think regardless of where we are from and whatever we do it for the community that we live in and the people that we love. I mean, it's really cute, you know, when you've mentioned that, you know, that the inspiration of the book has got to do with, you know, your grandmother and your excitement in looking forward to having her see you in the magazine. I think that's very heartfelt, and also, you know, I think that for those of you guys who have had the opportunity to have a look at Capdell and their website, I think that you guys can expect very exciting things to come, because we have decided to work with Capdell also because we believe that there is a vision moving forward, and there is great momentum, you know, especially with Patrick now coming on board, and you know, like he said, you know, he doesn't believe in being called like a creative director. You know, it's really designing a chair for people who will use the chair, something beautiful that you would use that is of great quality, that respects not only the sensibilities of the chair as a functional product, but also as a product of beauty. So yeah, I think there's a lot that we can look forward to. So thank you very, very much for taking your time and sharing with us. So I think for the next segment, this is when we would see if you guys have been paying attention. And also for those of you guys who have been inspired, it's time to win something, you know, as part of this session. So we will be moving on to the next section, which is the Kahoot section. So before we jump into questions from the floor, the mini game segment is actually on a platform called Kahoot. Now, Kahoot is an online polling website that comprises of multiple questions with answers coded in specific colors that corresponds with the screen on your phone. So please have your phone ready. You will have to answer each question. There is a time limit. If you get the question right, you get awarded points. If you get the questions right faster than your peers, you will get even more points. Now, it's too easy, right? So so up for grabs, first prize. The first prize is an autograph chair, an autograph Nick's chair by Patrick Norguet. Patrick would be autographing the chair, and it will be in Singapore for your collection. And for the second and third runner-up, so for the second and third place holders, you will receive a copy of Patrick Norguet's latest book, Patrick Norguet Dialogue, and also autographed by him. I think without further ado, if you guys are ready to play, I am going to pass on the time to my wonderful colleague, Dini. Over to you, Dini.
Hi, everyone. So, if you've met me before in a previous webinar, nice to meet you again. If you haven't, hi, nice to meet you. So, we are going to start the Kahoot segment. So, get your phones ready. All right. So, I'll be facilitating the game segment on Kahoot. Please key in www.kahoot.it on your mobile phone's web browser. So go onto your phones right now, go to your Safari, or like if you're using Samsung, go onto your web browser, go onto www.kahoot.it and key in 3161779 to join the game. Once you key in the pin, you're actually supposed to give yourself a nickname. So give yourself a realistic nickname that we can identify you with. If not, just please identify yourself if you win the game, so that we can actually give you your prize. If you don't identify yourself, the prize will be given to Shannon. All right, so I strongly encourage you to use your phones for this segment, just so that you can read the questions off the laptop screen, as it comes without me having to read out for you. We have a lot of people joining at the speed of light. We have 27 people in the game right now. We have also very, very simple names like E and C and ED and ECC.
We need to be able to identify you. For those of you guys who have already given a name or an alphabet, that's fine. But please do identify yourself if you win. So I'm wishing you guys all very, very good luck. So we're gonna wait a little more as everyone gets around it. Now, just to repeat, the pin is 31617779. All right, let me repeat that. The pin is 31617779.
Alrighty, guys. Let's just wait a little bit more for more people to join. Remember to keep your phones on like the non-lock version. If not, you'll get automatically logged out of the game. So before we start, I just want to remind everyone that the questions have a time limit. So you have to answer as quickly as possible if you want to get more points than your peers. All right? We'll start in about 10 seconds.
Are you ready?
All right. Okay, let's start. 40 people. First question. Good luck, everyone. First question. True or false? Sorry. What is the name of Patrick's design studio? Red, Patrick Norguet Designs. Blue, Studio Norguet Design. Yellow, Patrick Studio. Or green, Norguet Designs. 5 seconds on the clock, guys.
Quick. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? This is meant to be a trick question. So you can see I kind of like confuse y'all with like the red and the blue. So yes, the right answer is blue, Studio Norguet Designs. Congratulations to 15 of us. Let's see who got fastest. We have Jia Ying with 933, followed by Ian, 888. We have EO with 883, Eugene, and an FN2. Congratulations. Next question, true or false? Patrick Norguet became creative director of Capdell in January 2020. True or false? What do you think, Shans?
Well, when we tried this ourselves, even some of us got this wrong. So quite tricky. Not the easiest.
2 seconds on the clock. Oh, okay. Well, no, guys, it's actually true. Patrick did become the creative director in January. I know I actually got this wrong too, but it's the truth.
Yeah. Which is the reason why we say that you will actually eventually see more and more of the changes in Capdell.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. It's a fresh new start.
Wow, we have a very different ranking now.
So EO is first with 1,778, followed by Alex O, which is a new contender on the scoreboard, followed by Darren, Stella, and Faye. All of you guys are new except for EO.
Oh, EO has a good chance.
Which of the following fashion brands commissioned Patrick to do branding for them? Red, Louis Vuitton. Blue, MS. Yellow, Chanel. And green, Givenchy. Take your pick. 5 seconds on the clock. Come on, guys. Were you paying attention? I think Patrick said this like 5 times. Right, Patrick? It is a lot of times. Yes, it's red, Louis Vuitton.
A lot of trick questions, guys. we have a little bit more time. We have a little bit more time, but good prizes comes with good questions.
So it looks like Faye, Jan T, C, ED, and Andy. You guys have been listening to Patrick talk.
Good on you.
Which of these public seatings were designed by Patrick Norguet? Now you need to look at the pictures really carefully. The red, otherwise known as the droplets. This one, atoll for blue, insula, or urban. We have a tie between the atoll and insula. The correct answer is actually insula.
But the atoll is actually also a new product.
Yeah, it's really new.
It's a really new product. It's beautiful as well, and styled in this new direction as well. So admittedly, maybe confusing.
Yeah, that's true.
For the people. Yeah.
So Faye is still on the top scoreboard, followed by Genty, C,
Wow.
Andy, and we have a new person on the scoreboard, Billy V.
Wow, Billy, I see you.
Which chair was not designed by Patrick?
Not.
Now this one you really have to listen to Patrick.
Which
chair
not?
Was not designed by him.
All beautiful, but which is not?
4 seconds on the clock.
Is it the red or the blue
or
the
yellow.
Mustard yellow?
Well done.
Wow, guys, not bad. Not
okay,
bad.
Those people who chose the mesh chair, you gotta own up. Because Patrick showed a few, actually, I think at least 5 pictures of like the mesh chair.
No, and the next is the prize.
Okay, last question.
Okay, come on.
Time to redeem yourself.
Let's go.
Now this one you have to watch the video. What was the name of the chair that Patrick was sitting on in the video? Now take a look at it really carefully while it's loading. I'm sorry, I extended it by 10 seconds. Now take a good look at the video. What chair is Patrick sitting on? Is it the arrow, the moon, the match, or the Nix?
Oh, it's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you know? It's very tense. Alright.
Well done, 24. Now, the most exciting part. Who came in first?
Wow, I'm nervous.
Because it might not be Faye. So in third place we have C.
Identify yourself.
Followed by Jen T. And the winner is, drumroll, Faye.
Yay! Congratulations, Faye.
So Patrick is going to sign a chair for you, Faye. Isn't that right, Patrick?
Yes, but you can buy online too.
You can buy it online. If you didn't win, you can buy it online.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things, some goodies to buy. Very cool. Sweatshirt, shirt.
No, it's a good plug. It's a good plug.
Yeah.
It's a good plug. All right. So for those of you guys who has won, well played. Congratulations. You guys did very well. We will be reaching out to you shortly. Especially for those who haven't really identified, like C, Jen T, please drop us a message if you are working with if your respective salesperson. Please drop them a message, or otherwise, I will be dropping my email on the site later. Just drop me a quick message. So I'll drop my email over here right now. All right. So that's very exciting. I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat, even though I'm not the one participating. That must have been fast. All right, so now we have Q&A. Okay, we are going to take questions from the floor, and I'm very sure that everyone has plenty of questions for Patrick. But you know what? Before we go into questions from the floor, we're going to give you guys some time to formulate your questions, what you want to. We have some questions for Patrick, right? Yeah. So Patrick, my very first question to you. You've designed many beautiful chairs, right? And we are always very excited to see new products being launched. But as with all commercial products, not every product stays. So what do you think makes for a successful piece? What do you think makes for a successful piece of work for the commercial market? What's the secret sauce?
The secret for success for products?
Yeah.
We never know first, but I think I can give you a clear answer, but because there's a lot of fact for that. But first, I think the quality of the design need to be perfect. And when I say the quality of the design, it's something everybody have in your mind, like an heritage. You remind you something. Sometimes if you arrive with something too much in advance in this world, doesn't work. So you need to adjust and to have a good feeling about the design, the shape, everything. And it's a balance with the quality, the value of the product, the perception of the product, and the communication. Because without a good communication, you can't sell. You can't sell the product. People need to understand the message. What is the packaging around the image around the product? And in this world now, look, we spend a lot of time to like and don't like, and we see a lot of picture, but we spend only 3 or 5 seconds for each picture. We go very fast and we don't go back. So the image, the quality of the brand, the quality of the image, and to make the brand deep with a lot of things to share with you. The product, the image, and to dream. Because I told you, it's not cheap product. It's Capdell is good balance. But when you buy a Porsche, you dream. When you buy a car like a Porsche, wow, it's a dream. The furniture needs to be the same in this business, in this level of business.
Well, that would I'm very sure that Yong will agree with that. I mean, he loves his Porsche, and I absolutely agree with you. It's true, you know. I think with every good product, I mean, you really have to strike a balance between the artistry of something and the commercial viability of it. And you know, as you've mentioned yourself earlier on, some of the products that you've designed, you've never really thought of it coming off as a commercial product. Like you know, you just think of like the beauty that would add to the community and how people would come to love it as a beautiful piece of work. And I think that can be reflected in the pieces that you have done. You know, that's really great. So we definitely look forward to seeing more beautiful commercial pieces from you with Capdell. I believe that would be an exciting collaboration. So I don't know, like, you know, once again, we would like to congratulate you on your newly appointed role. You know, clearly, you know, it's very recent. It's in January. How do you feel about that, and what can we look forward from you from your collaboration with Capdell? Like, how aligned do you think it is with your personal design philosophy? You and Capdell, how does it align?
Is to have the capacity to exchange together and to trust each other. And Capdell and me, it's like we build this relation every day. You know, I don't want to say it's like a love story or it's like a couple business, but there's something like that. In the same time, we need to trust each other and to build this relation, but to go very fast and to working a lot.
I absolutely I agree.
That's not your question, no?
No. Yes. I think what you're saying is that trust is a very integral part in the relationship, and I think what you think what you're saying is that and that's also one of the reasons why we want to work with Capdell as well, right? That Patrick Norguet, you know, the brand itself has been in the market for a while, and people trust you for good work. And likewise, you know, Capdell has been in the market for a while as well, and there is an element of trust. And I think the point that aligns both brands is the element of trust. And even for us here at Proof Contract, I think trust is a very important element for us. You know, it's very important that people trust the work that we do, trust that we are able to communicate and provide and bring to the table new and interesting brands and products. So we're very, very excited to see how this element of trust moves forward.
Yes.
All of
this
it.
The product need to be honest, you know. You can make quick business like an asshole, you know. You can do that for 6 months, but after you die. And,
yeah, you know, yeah, damn right.
sorry, but it's true.
We love it. We love it. We love it. Okay. Last question from me. Is there is always this question. There's always this challenging point. I think many designers will feel the same way as well. We are living in a very globalized world, and like you have mentioned, you know, it doesn't matter now. Everybody seems to be designing the same kind of things. How important do you think it is to buy an authentic, like an original product, as opposed to a Chinese copy? So like there are so many copies out there, right? People would look at a product, don't understand the science behind it, and just go, oh, I can copy that. Like, why should anybody buy original and not buy a copy?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. You know, I have a big experience last a couple of years. I started a brand in China with two Chinese people from Beijing. They are a supplier and they produce, but the new generation, 32 years old, they asked me to create a new brand for the Chinese market. And you know what? In the end of the year, I stopped this relation now because for different reasons for business, it's difficult. The gap between these two different culture, with my culture and Chinese culture. But we develop everything. And for example, we produce a lot of product from Italy to the Chinese market. For example, the sofa was made in Italy and back in China, because for this level, the quality for Chinese people to have a sofa made in Italy, it's like, wow, this is a luxury product. It's not fake. And this will change. And because the new generation in China, they grow, they go into school, university, they travel, and they have culture now. And they don't want to have a cheap copy. They want an original product. It's again because the culture. If you have an education and culture, you don't want to buy a cheap product. You want the original one. And more, I think in the past the Chinese people they copy a lot, but will be for the poor people. But for the people who have the education and money to buy something, they don't want to buy a copy. It's the same for the fashion.
I totally understand what you mean. I think for many of us who maybe have first started, we I think I don't know if everyone has and I would assume many of us have watched the movie Devil Wears Prada, right?
Yeah.
And there was this scene where the assistant came in and the editor was deciding what kind of blue for the belt, to decide, and the assistant, who was not in tune with fashion at all, laughed. And then the editor said, like, what are you laughing about? And the assistant said, I don't understand what's the difference between the belts. They all look the same, and the editor went on to explain how a lot of the decisions we make in life, even the copies and the replicas and all the IKEA copies, right? They came inspired and they came down from an original design. And that is the reason why there is that strong need to support and push original designs, and that is the reason why we will continue to respect the work that designers like yourself and producers like Capdell have done for the community. And I think for that we have a heartfelt thanks. I mean, on behalf of the architecture and design community, and as a part of it, we give thanks for you guys. So thank you very much. So I think with that, we have almost come to the end of the session. So I just want to wrap up by saying that we'd like to thank Patrick very, very much for taking time out of his busy schedule to be with us. I mean, all the time zone differences, and for the team at for the team at your studio, thank you very, very much. To Joe and to the team at Capdell as well, thank you very much for making this happen for us in Singapore and everyone else globally who is joining us on this call. And to Yong, and for everyone else for believing in us. So I think with that, my name is Shannon. I'm the Senior Relationship Executive for Proof Contract and the Brand Manager for Capdell. I would like to bid you guys a very good evening. Thank you very much for spending time with us this evening. And I have left my email address on the site. And for those of you guys who are curious, you can go on to www.proof.com.sg to learn more about the brands that we carry. And with that, have a very good evening. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.